This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of Edmonton Oilers, game previews. Oh yes, sir, it is game number 2 of 82 this season in the 1920 season. As you know what? It's been a while already, right? We'd take 2 days off. Now all of a sudden a hockey night in Canada tilt against former head coach Todd McLellan, who was here this time last year, so it really hasn't been that long since we last saw him, and the LA Kings. So it's going to be an interesting matchup for us Oilers fans because obviously that storyline. The second storyline is the simple fact that it's another Pacific Division opponent. You want to build an early division lead. You want to have the best chance of success at the playoffs, or getting to the playoffs, might I add, is the simple fact that you got to go out there and destroy the division early in the season. You might not play the division a lot early in the season, but you want to destroy them as many times and as often as humanly possible. And tonight, the Oilers get to go a clean 2 for 2 off the start should they win this game against Todd McLellan and the LA Kings, Kopitar, Doughty, and crew. So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, what do we got? What do I got? I got news for you. That's what I got. I've got some news on William Lagesson, who's been sent down to the AHL. That corresponds simply to a roster move you will see right here, according to Reed Wilkins. As we'll get to the defense in a moment, and we'll make sense of the William Lagesson send down. It was a safety measure, as I might have mentioned yesterday. I don't know if I mentioned it yesterday, but I might have. That's all I'm going to caution you. So the Oilers lines, guys, the top line is back in duty. But of course, if you've read anything Dave Tippett's kind of said since the beginning of training camp, is it's a deployment scheme as opposed to a desperation move, right? It's deploying them in situations in which it puts the other team on their heels. And we saw it against the Vancouver Canucks the other night because it worked a couple of times. And yes, Draisaitl, McDavid, Kassian is always going to work, so it seems. But realistically, using it in a deployment scheme instead of trying to play catch-up is much better. Yes, we played catch-up last game using this scheme. However, the key was coming off those penalty kills and such. It allowed us to kind of do 2 birds, 1 stone, and that is essentially why, as you can look at the points totals, why the Oilers won on Wednesday night versus the Vancouver Canucks. Then you've got Nygaard, RNH, and Neal. Guys, this actually, you know what, I almost like this more than Nygaard, McDavid, and Neal. And the reason I like this, as I've said since the start with Neal, is the fact that he definitely needs to play with Nuge. Because Neal's a goal scorer, we know that. But for Neal to be most effective, he has to be about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 feet from the net, or a couple more feet out closer to 10 feet. And there's this beautiful guy on that second line who knows how to set up a beautiful pass when it comes to that area of the ice, and that's Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. So if anyone's going to have James Neal break out for the Oilers this year, it's Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. You add in Joakim Nygaard, guys, this is again to the dynamic nature of this line that Joakim Nygaard gets in there with his speed, creates havoc. Nuge can tap him in, and so can Neal. They both like the greasy traffic in front of the net. I don't know how many times I had to say last year how much I love that Ryan Nugent-Hopkins gets greasy, gets goals down low. I mean, Chiasson does it too, but Nuge, Neal, both very good at it, so let's see what they have to do tonight. Kara Cave Russell. Okay, there you go. Oh my goodness. What the heck did I just say? Russell? Russell's in there? Patrick Russell's in there? Yeah, so essentially what I forgot to mention when I mentioned Chiasson a second ago is the simple fact that him and, of course, who else don't you see here? You missing somebody? Yeah, we are missing somebody. It's, well, let me get to it. We are missing... Now, I blanked myself. Of course I did this. Okay, let me go back. Ladies and gentlemen. The Oilers are missing Josh Archibald. Still getting used to the new guys, apparently. That's my bad. That one's on me. I got too much into the animation of having a little bit of fun with things and forgot Josh Archibald's name and couldn't figure it out. However, Thomas Yurko also draws in on that fourth line to solidify things, Haas and Granlund. So I imagine, all things considered, we'll see a little bit more ice time out of Gaetan Haas this game. I mean, less than 3 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, last game. So I expect us to see him out there for 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes tonight, just regular duty, because you take 4 penalties. That's 8 minutes of the game we were shorthanded for. And you talk about a fourth line and how you deploy it. I mean, the other guys got their time, but they're penalty killers and such. Gaetan Haas was the man who lost his ice time due to those penalties. So should we take 1 or 2 tonight, you should definitely expect to see Gaetan Haas out there for double or triple the ice time he was on the home opener against the Vancouver Canucks. That's without a doubt. The exciting part here is we get to see Yurko. So should you see McDavid double shifted without Draisaitl, I imagine it'll be with Thomas Yurko on that top line as well. Then you've got Klefbom and Persson. So let's go back, way back when I could remember who Josh Archibald was, and we hadn't even gotten to that mess, and we were starting this video. Well, Josh Archibald, again, I don't know why I'm talking about him. I'm talking about William Lagesson. William Lagesson was called up to the NHL yesterday with Ethan Baird after that roster move from the day previous when Evan Bouchard was sent down yesterday, in simple fact that we did need a defender. We needed somebody to sit as either the 6th or 7th defenseman for tonight's game. Now that was a cautionary move because Joel Persson was likely to play. So guys, ladies and gentlemen, tonight Joel Persson will make his NHL debut after 2 years in the Edmonton Oilers organization. So that is fantastic for us to finally see a defenseman we've highly coveted in terms of prospect potential for a while now, and we finally get to see him make his way into the lineup tonight. So Sweden, if you're tuning into the live stream tonight, I'm hoping you're loud and you're proud for your kid, and of course Joakim Nygard as well, and we're going to have a great stream either way. Now you've got Nurse and Bear. That's a good go as well. Nurse and Bear. Nurse gets to play a little bit of a weird, different role. He's almost the defensive leader on that back end, and we've seen him elevate a couple times to that status, and he did it towards the end of that Vancouver Canucks game, so we're hoping he can do that again tonight. And then Ethan Bear gets to solidify this pair. What I need to tell you, if Darnell Nurse is looked to be the defensive leader tonight, Ethan Bear is the best suited line mate for him. The simple fact, from what I understand, is last year Bear played on the AHL Farm Club with Keegan Lowe most of the year. So you factor that in, well, all of a sudden you're talking about a very good shutdown pair in there in Bakersfield for most of the year. So now you get to look forward to a new line in the NHL, and hopefully a line that can go out there and be that defensive leading line while also contributing goal scoring or assisting or some kind of offensive production, because it's Darnell Nurse and it's Ethan Bear at the end of the day, and we know what they're capable of. Then you've got Russell and Benning. Guys, this line not getting hung out to dry on the ice, on an icing or on some kind of stupid play, is going to be critical for us. Benning, yes, we shouldn't have to protect him as somebody pointed out, but the key here is it's Russell, it's Benning. They are our weakest defenders in my mind. Russell, a very good defender in terms of shot blocking and just bringing down the play a little bit, but there's nothing offensively about him. There's nothing on the other side of the puck, and that very much so hurts us moving the puck up ice, and they get caught, they get burnt, they're done, puck in the back of the net, and it is the way it goes for us. So what you also need to know is that right now, scheduled to start for our Edmonton Oilers this evening is Mr. Mike Smith. So he's going to go out there and get the start, a second one in a row, and this is right as the plan goes. This is Ken Holland, this is Dave Tippett's plan, 100%. You ride the hot hand early, and whoever goes out there and earns the job wins the job. That's the way it needs to go. It's not, Cam Talbot was our man last year, he can't be as bad as last year, so we're going to give him 6 games to start the year. None of that crap. No. Mikko Koskinen, he was great at times last year, but right now we need to know what we have in Mike Smith so as we know what we need out of Mikko Koskinen, and that's the battle. And of course, If you're Mikko Koskinen, this is fuel to the fire to get in there and absolutely dominate a game like he did. Was it against the Dallas Stars back last year, the 1-0 shutout with Ken Hitchcock? I think it was. So let's get that. And, well, ladies and gentlemen, I've kind of run along long ways here tonight, or this afternoon already. So let's go run along the LA Kings lines. And who the heck are these guys, honestly? These guys win a hockey game against us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we're a bunch of no-names, but we need a better effort than the Canucks game, and we should be able to get it against this lineup. Iafallo, Kopitar, Brown, Kovalchuk, Kempe, Carter, Clifford, Amadio, Lewis, Wagner, Lizotte, Toffoli. Man, the LA Kings have fallen apart in the past few years. Bjornfot and Doughty, Martinez and Roy, Hutton and Walker. I recognize 2 LA Kings defenders on the back end. I don't have a starting goaltender for you yet, but it is what it is. So guys, right now what I'm going to ask you to do is hit that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV, because we're going to be live streaming tonight. We're going to enjoy the game. We're going to enjoy Hockey Night in Canada. I'm going to go into my closet right over there right away and get my suit jacket on, find a fancy shirt. I think I'm going to rock my black fuzzy jacket and my red button-up shirt, and we're gonna be looking like a good old combo tonight. But guys, that's what I'm telling you. Get ready for the stream tonight. I'm Tyson, this Dolynny TV. That's been your Oilers pre-game preview. I am up on out of here.